entries in my trades, but I'm prepping in the morning before my 9:30, or you can do it at night. Like right now, you can look at stuff tonight. I don't know, Yum is out tonight. Yum has earnings out tonight. It's reported at 4 o'clock. I don't know what it's doing, but that was a big name for tonight. Anyways, here's an example where also if you have a system, it tells you not to do anything with it, or you could have shorted it. David lost audio. Can everybody else hear me? Are we good? Okay, good. So as I was saying, my niche is that I'm looking for the institutional money. And I have a system that looks at the daily chart and I rate it. I just go through, it's a checklist, and I rate everything, and I have 26 points. And then if I get the total, the tally, it tells me in the rating that the institutional money is going to play that gap on through, meaning buy it up, like in DRI, which didn't happen because it didn't rate well, or sell it off, okay, if it had gapped down, which that didn't. But the reason the gaps are important is because they're an event that happens in a chart, and it creates a sense of urgency for participants in the stock. And so therefore, people are forced to take an action, and that is why gap trading is powerful, and this is how you can make $20,000 a year or way more, okay? It is a very powerful and profitable way to trade because you're trading on the side of power money. And I'm looking for the follow through. Oh, this is a good chart here. This is a chart of the SPY. This is a great example here of institutional money that bought the SPY up. So I know a lot of people are bearish on the overall market right now. I'm just talking about the spiders here, but the market is going to make another brand new all-time high. I don't know when it happens, but it is going to happen, and many people are very bearish on the market, mostly because it's rallied for the last 4 years. It's a daily chart of the SPY. But the fact is we're still going to continue higher. The QQQs are definitely higher, have not broke out yet, and are going to, and the SPY is going to follow through with it. How am I able to see this? Because I'm reading the institutional money in these charts. And again, I've been doing this back for a while. I've been calling the market to hit over the high, which it did in the SPY in 2013, 14, 15, and it, you know, this year we've been lagging. But we did make a brand new high in the spiders this year, even though we started out the year and dropped off. What is institutional money? Institutional money is large positions that come into stocks with a lot of money and big volume, and so much volume and so much money that you would have to be like a hedge fund or like a bank to be able to take those positions. But something where it moves the stock. Like for example, let's just say I take 5,000 shares of Apple. If I take 5,000 shares of Apple, I'm not going to move that stock. Now, what if I took, 5 million shares of Apple? I would move the stock. So that's what I'm talking about. So institutional money is something that actually would move the stock, and they do move the stocks. And so if you're in the stock before that happens, you were just going to get a lift if you're long, or you'll get paid if you're short in the drop off. That moves your position. So say I am long 5,000 shares of Apple, and 5 million shares come in and then buy it, and it'll rally the stock, and that 5 million shares will lift my 5,000, and I'll be up without even doing anything except for taking the trade. But I have to get in before those 5 million shares lift me up. Otherwise I don't make money, or I'm chasing it. Do I trade gaps with options or simply stocks only? I actually do options and stocks, but I only do options when I see the good ones. I'm not doing options daily, I'm doing stocks daily. So equity trading daily, options when I see the good ones. Can I trade stocks report earnings in the morning? Yes. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And at night I'm looking at both. Can you trade a gap for swing trading and not for intraday day trading? Yes. You can play gaps in any, take a gap trade. Actually, I did BABA. I don't know if this is in this webinar. I think it is. Yeah, it's at the end. I did BABA. You could have taken the entry I did in BABA, which was an option. You could have done it out for the next year, okay, as a swing trade. So the answer is yes for that. We're going to talk about more gaps here at UWS. Let me just see if I got all the questions. I think I did. Do I use a scanner? You can use a scanner if you want, but actually, I just find the top 20 list with the down stocks in both the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange is good for the ups and downs that comes with your platform. You don't need some extra special scanner thing. You don't need to buy some extra special scanner. No, I don't have one. I just use what comes with the platform. I do them both ways. Guest 3 is asking me about options. Sometimes I'll take it right at the money. Sometimes I'll take it a little bit below it, running up into it. Sometimes I take it out of it, knowing that it's going to have a big move and run into it. So there's 3 different ways that I do it for the options, guest 3 was asking. But bottom line is that Making money is about getting the direction right, but the stock has to move. So you can say, well, this stock is higher, but if it moves 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, you're not going to make a dime. You know, I want to get in something that's going to have momentum, and that gets back to what I was saying earlier about the big moves. So here's a chart of Apple. Let's just talk about Apple, because this had a huge, massive daily institutional buying bar back here. It was September 14th. Look at that bar. It was massive. Actually, this whole thing rallied like a crazy person. Here, I'm moving the pointer here, but I wasn't moving it, sorry. This rallied up here like this. So this was 1 week worth of trading for Apple, but this was the one. This right in here. This day was a gap up. So do you see the stock closed here and gapped up? EWS is asking about gap ups. The stock closed and then gapped up. And then the stock had a massive move of the day. This is the biggest day the stock had, volume, everything, fabulous. Rallied up, came in, and it's holding here. Do you see this? I'm drawing the line. You can see it over here. Look, this is holding beautifully. This is amazing, beautiful. So this is holding itself. It's supporting. The institutions are supporting the position they took in the stock, and the stock is holding. Despite the fact it had a couple red days in here, it doesn't mean anything at all. The stock looks great. They're supporting their position. And if you were a fund, you could do that too. See, this is a nice thing, what I'm saying. But if you're with these people, that's how you're going to make the money. And here was this day, actually, this was this week. This was actually this week. This had another beautiful move. This was just the other day. This wasn't the day of the 14th. It was just 2 days ago, I guess the 4th. Stock gapped up again and rallied big. And here you have the move. So if you wanted to day trade Apple, this week, this was a continuation gap. Entry was, hold on, I missed the arrow here. Let me get it again. There. Entry was here, 113.40. Now this is a day trade, but again, you could be doing this as a swing trade, you could be doing this as an option, you can do it all. It's a gap though, and this was a continuation gap. Anyway, stop was 112.89. Share size 2,000. This is an advanced risk, but this is how you're going to hit these numbers and making 20 grand a month. Total risk 1,020. Total profit a 1360. And I want to point out the nice thing here. Boom! This is what I'm talking about, people. Look, this is not an all-day trade. It's in the morning between 9:30 and 10. You take it, you get out. You take it, you get out. You take it, you get out. This is day trading. And actually, this is one of the very important things I think about day trading is many people think that you have to day trade and trade to 4 o'clock. And it's a nightmare. I just don't do it. I don't do it. And if I get up in the morning and I take a gap and if I take a loss in a trade, that's it. I'm done. So many people just blow out their day